What's up, guys? Blizzard Productions here, back with another video, and a happy new year. It's the first video of 2023, and I am really happy. I hope all you guys had a great New Year's Eve, and I hope all you have a great new year. So, with that being said, before I get started, I have a few things I gotta say. First of all, like I said last week, I did not think that I was going to be able to make a video for last week. So, with that being said, I was right. That's why I did not make this video for last week, but I am back with these predictions. I've been doing them almost every single week. I think I have about a 500 record. I'll do the final count on the last week, which is next week. So I'll be doing the final counts and then tell you what my record is by then. So with all that being said, I hope you guys enjoy this video and let's get into it. Starting off, we have the Cardinals at the Falcons, and really, this game, I think, is going to suck. I think that the Cardinals are going to come away with the win, just barely, but the reason why I think this game is going to suck is because both teams are definitely not having the season they were hoping for, and not only that, but their offense on both sides have not been very good. Their defense has been okay, but really, just all around, I think this is going to be a pretty sloppy game, and in the end, I have the Cardinals winning by like a field goal. Moving on, we have the Dolphins at the Patriots, and I think that this is going to be a pretty close game, but in the end, I had the Patriots coming away with the win. I think that the Patriots are the better team, and not only that, but they have the home field advantage. And also, aside from that, Teddy Bridgewater is expected to be the starter for the Dolphins because Tua Tagovailoa is not going to be playing because he's still in concussion protocol. The Dolphins only need one more win to be a guaranteed playoff spot, but they have definitely not been doing and performing as good as they were at the beginning of the season. They are 8-7 and one game away from being 8-8, and I don't think that this is going to go the way that they want it to. I have this being a close game, but in the end, I had the Patriots winning. Moving on, we have the Saints at the Eagles, and honestly, I think this is going to be a blowout. I think that the Eagles are going to come away with the win. The Eagles, first of all, are going to be having the home field advantage, and not only that, but they are definitely the better team. They're the best in the NFL. They are 13-2, and yes, they did just lose last week, but that wasn't really their fault. The backup Gardner Minshew did not do bad at all. It was their defense for the Eagles that really let them down. Gardner Minshew didn't do that bad. I don't know if Jalen Hurts is playing or not. I'm not an Eagles fan, so I haven't been caught up on that. I think he might be, but I think it might be more of a possibility of Gardner Minshew playing again. And so with that being said, I still see this being a blowout because I don't think he's that bad of a quarterback, and the Saints are really having a bad year, and I've kind of given up in my opinion. Moving on, we had the Colts at the Giants, and I think that this is actually surprisingly going to be a pretty close game, but in the end, I have the Giants coming away with the win. I think that they are the better team, and they are going to the playoffs, I believe. So with that being said, the Colts are not doing that good. Jonathan Taylor is not going to be playing, which is a big loss for the Colts because they really rely on him in the run game. And as for the Giants side, I think that they and Saquon Barkley are a very good team when they are all working together. I think Daniel Jones is pretty good. I think Saquon Barkley is pretty good. And with all that being said, I have this being a close game, but in the end, the Giants coming away with the win. Moving on, we have the Panthers at the Buccaneers, and this is going to be a pretty good game, I think. But in the end, I had the Buccaneers coming away with the win. Now, if the Panthers beat the Buccaneers, then the Panthers have a very big chance at if they win next week and the Buccaneers lose, and they will surprisingly somehow make it to the playoffs because that is how bad their division is right now. Now, if the Buccaneers win this game, then they are going to the playoffs. They are a guaranteed win in their division and will be going to the playoffs. So with that being said, it's kind of weird to think, but this is a really big game, and I think both teams will be playing very well because they both have something to fight for. This game means a lot to both sides, and so with that being said, I have this being a very close game, but in the end, I had the Buccaneers coming away with the win. Moving on, we had the Bears at the Lions. I think this will be also another really close game, but in the end, I had the Lions coming away with the win. But honestly, I don't know. The Lions are coming off of a big blowout loss to the Panthers. So with that being said, I have them actually being like a close game, and I have them still winning because I do think that they are a better team than what they showcased last week because we have seen them win, I think, 6 of their last 8 games. So they are still on a run. They just are coming off a rough week. So with that being said, I have them winning this game just barely because of their offense. Moving on, we have the Browns at the Commanders. I have this being another pretty close game, but in the end, I have the Commanders coming away with the win. I believe they have the better team. They're still fighting for that last playoff spot, and not only that, but their team that they're going against, the Browns, just lost and went ahead and got knocked out of playoffs. So they will not be going to the playoffs this year. So with that being said, I wouldn't be surprised if they bench some players. Deshaun Watson definitely is what I would expect because he hadn't played football in over 700 days and probably even picked up a football. So with that being said, I thought it was a stupid decision in the first place, but the Browns definitely need to put back in their backup for probably the last of these games, Bissett. So with that being said, I have this being a pretty close game though, but the Commanders coming away with the win. Moving on, we had the Jaguars at the Texans, and this should be a blowout win for the Jaguars. The Jaguars definitely have a big advantage coming into this game, but however, the team that they're going against, the Texans, just got their second win of the season. Wow, that was a big thing. I did not expect that. And not only that, but it came against a team of the name of Titans, and the Titans are not that bad of a team. I mean, they definitely are on a very cold streak right now, but that doesn't give away for the point that the Texans had finally won a game because they hadn't won one since, I think, like week 3. So, I mean, it was crazy to finally see the Texans win. I'm proud of them. But I don't think that is going to be enough momentum to go ahead and go against Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence has been finally being what the Jacksonville Jaguars were waiting for when they picked him in the 2021 draft. They were hoping that he was going to be good, and that he has been, or I guess it was 2020 drafts. So, with that being said, I have this being a blowout win for the Jaguars. Moving on, we have my favorite team, the 49ers, taking on the Raiders, and I think that this will be a pretty good game, but the 49ers are going to come away with the win in the end. Brock Purdy has definitely been surprising me, and I bet it's been surprising the rest of our fan base. Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant, which means that he was taken last, like overall in the draft last year, has been definitely showing that he could be a starter, and I think he could be going places as far as going ahead and being a starter for us. I don't know what his future is going to look like, but right now he has been looking really good, and our defense has been looking really good. So all around, we have been looking pretty good. Deebo Samuel is not playing, but that is fine. We have George Kittle, we have Christian McCaffrey, we have Brock Purdy. With those three guys, I hope we can do lots of damage, and I think we will do that against the Raiders. Moving on, we have the New York Jets at the Seattle Seahawks, and I think that this will be a pretty close game, but in the end, I have the Seahawks coming away with the win. The Seahawks will have the humongous home field advantage that their home field provides to them, and their home field fans will go ahead and create lots of chaos to go ahead and make it really hard for the Jets to hear the snap counts and all that. And not only that, but the Jets have finally benched Zach Wilson again, and so Mike White is expected to go ahead and be the starter. Actually, he's not expected. That's what Robert Saleh has gone ahead and said. So I think it will be a close game. I really do like Mike White. I think he's a way better choice than Zach Wilson. So with that being said, I have this being still a pretty close game, but in the end, I have the Seahawks coming away with the win. Moving on, we have the Vikings at the Packers, and I really, honestly, this is going to be my hot take, but I have the Packers going ahead and coming away with the win. First of all, they are going to have the home field advantage that Lambeau Field provides to them because of how cold it is in January in Lambeau Field. It's going to be freezing, and, the Vikings could be used to that because, they're in Minnesota, but they play in an indoor stadium. So with that being said, it will be a lot different than playing at their home field. So with that being said, I have the home field advantage, giving the Packers a little bit enough to come away with the win. Moving on, we had the Rams at the Chargers, and, I think this will be actually a pretty close game, but in the end, the Chargers are going to come away with the win. First of all, they have the home field advantage. No, I'm just messing around. They obviously don't have the home field advantage because they both play at the same stadium. I'm not really sure how this is going to look with the fan turnout. I think that the Chargers will have more fans because they are having a better year than the Rams, but I think that this is going to be a little bit funny to see at SoFi Stadium, seeing both teams that play in the same stadium going against each other. So I don't know how this is going to look, but I'm just going by the record, and the Chargers having the better team than the Rams, and I think that they will come away with the win in the end. Moving on, we had the Steelers at the Ravens. This should be actually a pretty close game, but in the end, I have the Steelers surprisingly coming away with the win. They are coming off a pretty good win, and not only that, but the Ravens don't have Lamar Jackson in, so they have their backup, and I honestly think that their backup is not that good of a quarterback. They have to rely on the run game, so the Steelers will know that. And as for the Steelers, I think that they have a decent team. They have some really good players on their team waiting to get the ball thrown to them, or in Najee Harris's case, getting the ball, given to him so he can do some damage. With all that being said, I have this being a pretty close game, but surprisingly, the Steelers coming away with the win. And last but not least, we had the Bills at the Bengals for the Monday Night Football game. It's going to be really close, but the Bills are going to come away with the win. I believe that the Bills are the better team, just barely, but this should be probably the best Monday Night Football game we have seen all season. They really have not been that good of games between Monday nights and Thursday night games. They really have not been that good. So to see a game like this and this big, it is really fun, and I think it's going to be a really good game. Going to be really close, but the reason why I have the Bills winning this game is just because I think that their defense and offense are just a tad bit better than the Bengals. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please remember to like and subscribe. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this. I enjoyed making it. Tell me in the comment section down below if you agree or disagree with any of my picks and why. I'm sure by the time you went ahead and commented in there, the games would be long gone. But still, I want to know if I was right or wrong, and then tell me like what I was wrong about or what I was right about. I don't care. So with all that being said, I thank you guys so much for watching this video. Have a great new year, and I'll see you guys in the next video.